Starting on pole at Lucas Oil Raceway is Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in the number 59 Wins Machine. This is race number 20 out of 22. Only 2 races left after this one, and they're both road courses. So this is the last oval track of the year. Side-by-side battle for the race lead as Mifune Sanjuro tries to take the race lead on the outside line. That's the number 6 machine. Now they say that the outside line is the place to be at this racetrack. That's where you're going to get the most momentum, a lot of grip up there. And it's going to work as Sanjuro is going to steal the race lead on lap 1. Tsang and Vanevenhoven is going to work his way around the 59 and Fitzwater as well. But the caution would come out very quickly. Jake Baskinger and the car number 10 is going to get turned by the 404 and end up in the wall. Henrietta Fitzwater, a lot of heavy damage to that number 61 machine. No drivers would go out of the race, however. This is bad for Baskinger, who is one of the championship guys, someone that's up there in the top 20 in points that might have a shot at winning this whole thing if he can get a good run. But we had a situation similar to last week at Grand Detour. 5 wide on the racetrack. Sanjuro cannot slow down in time and runs into the back of Tommy Turbo. Tsang and Vanevenhoven is going to get a piece of it as well. But he would stay on track. Sanjuro, not out of the race, but he would have to pit, and that would significantly hurt his day. Tsang and Vanevenhoven would lead on the restart. Vanevenhoven winless on the year, and usually fairly quiet on the racetrack, but he's up there in the championship hunt, running just around the 10th place position in points. He's not out of it yet, but he's going to need a couple of strong performances, and perhaps a win could do it today. Aiden Shepard, the most recent winner from race 1, is going to have problems on this restart. He would have to pull down pit road. It looks like a tire down in number 14. He would end up losing 2 laps, and that would essentially take him out of the race today. But Shepard trying to at least finish out the year as strong as he can. Driver who's having a great run, Michael Harvey in the 72. He's a driver that's catching DJ Kurtis and quickly. The short tracks have been favoring the 72. Next couple races are road courses, which we're not particularly sure what his specialty is on those. But a win earlier this year at Granby and a solid performance today as he's in the top 5. Andy Thompson, 93, is going to get turned by Benoit Lethaire-Irvine, battling for the pitiful 40th place on track. That would bring out a caution on lap number 14. Thomas would continue with some damage, but I'm not sure if that was a worthy battle to result in a wreck. Vanevenhoven would lead them back to the green once again. Zachary Fitzwater Sr. in second place, trying to chase him down. But that outside lane is tough. If you can stay up there, you can kind of hang on to this. But, I've seen some drivers try and make some passes to the inside line. If they dive it down, it could work. A lot of underdogs up near the front of the pack. Tony Tavares was one of his best qualifying runs of the year, and AJ Green, another good week in a row for the 55. They're in the top 10. Both of them are looking for a strong end to the season. Tavares can't possibly move up anywhere in the points. He's over a race out at this point, so Tavares is just trying to end the season on a positive note. So we'll see if he can hang on to that today. He'll lose a spot to Green. Up ahead of them, though, Grayson Acevedo from 4th place is going to get a little out of the groove and into the wall. That's a bit of the danger of running the outside lane. You get a little bit closer to the outside wall, and if you get a little loose, you could get up in there and lose a couple of spots. Tristan Wilhoit in the Denali has been quick all day long, and he's going to work his way up to the front as you see the 59 of Fitzwater gets into the wall right behind him. A little bit of contact with the 72, but the 16 of Wilhoit is going to race past the 81 of Vanevenhoven. This would happen on lap number 32, and Wilhoit would go to the race lead. It hasn't been a particularly good couple of weeks for Wilhoit and his team, but he's hoping to end out the season strong. He currently is tied with Bill Littlejohn for the longest losing streak in the series. This could be his day. Skylar Johnson is going to get up into the wall, and it's been an absolute mess for her today. She's 35th on track, just does not have the equipment today, and a driver who was once in the championship hunt, still up there, but this could be a day that just kills her title hopes. She's going to have to hope for something to happen to allow her to gain some spots. Vanevenhoven in the 81 gives the 16 a bit of a shove. Both these drivers are desperate for this win. Vanevenhoven for his championship chances. Wilhoit for the pride of it. He's sick of people pointing out that he has not won yet in the HARC Pro Series. But Vanevenhoven is going to drive around the outside of the 16 and retake the race lead. Savage Arms Machine, that's savage indeed as he gets into the back of the 16 to get it done. But Vanevenhoven is going to start to pull away from them as Fitzwater is going to challenge right behind. Max Anderson had the longest streak of no DNFs. He got his first DNF at Devil's Bowl just 2 races ago, and this would be a second on the year. The engine's going to grenade exiting turn number 2, and he's going to be out of the race. He'd be the first car out of the race today in an event that saw a huge stack up on lap number 1. So not the day he was hoping for, and his season of running middle of the pack is starting to go south in the later stages. Caitlin Tsang is going to work her way up to second place. She's one of the title hopefuls that also doesn't have a win, much like Tsang and Vanevenhoven. She's been very consistent all year long, but just hasn't been able to seal the deal. A lot of third place finishes, top 5s, top 10s, but just can't seem to get that victory. This could be a day for her. She has a good car, and she's trying to get around the 81 of Vanevenhoven. Looking to the inside line, which may not be the best way to go here. The progressive banking is really favoring that outside line. That's going to allow Will Hoyt to catch back up in the 16. He got a lot of momentum off the corner. But Tsang having a good race today. If she can keep up there, things could work out for her. Will Hoyt once again is going to work his way up to the front. He's got a bit of a push from AJ Green, who's got a good car. And he's going to try and slingshot around the 81. Good run into the corner. 81's got a little bit of help on the inside from the 55, but it's not going to work. It's going to give it to the 16 as Will Hoyt back out front on lap 54 as we get close to the halfway point of this race. A little over 100 laps in this one. Further back, Daniel Voiles in the 52 is going to have a problem. He was running in 13th place, but would have a tire go down. It's a shame for him. He was having a good run. He would also lose a couple of laps, much like Aiden Shepard. Voiles had a close win at the Glen. He ran good all day, but got involved in an incident around the 2/3 mark that took him out of it. Tsang and Vanevenhoven, car number 81, in second place, trying to hold off the drivers behind him. He's going to get a little too fast into the corner and end up in the wall. It's going to allow Flintstone and Green by him on the inside line. Tsang is going to catch him, but not be able to do anything with him just yet. Vanevenhoven would keep it going, despite a little bit of scraping to the side of the 81. Hopefully, there isn't any future problems with that. We mentioned Fred Flintstone. Fred Flintstone has really been fast today, rocketing through the field. And he's going to try and spoil Tristan Wilhoit's race. He's going to look to the outside line, trying to make the pass around the outside lane. Will he get it done? He does, coming out of the corner. Wilhoit lets him have it for now. This is on lap number 61, and this would actually turn into a race to the caution, because the caution would come out right about now. As you can see by the flashing lights, he would win the battle to the line. Let's see what happened for our third caution of the race. Tony Tavolaris in the number 69 is going to get turned by Wes Jones. Heavy contact with the outside wall. Now would end his great performance, and this is the second incident we've seen Wes Jones in today. Sam Curtis is going to clobber him just to add insult to injury. And that would definitely take the 69 out of the race. The 66 of Curtis would stay in it, but he would be a little bit off the pace. That's a shame for Tavolaris, just cannot catch a break. Fred Flintstone, Colorado native, is going to pull away from them with a good restart on lap number 67. AJ Green with a pass to the inside of Will Hoyt, not going to get it done, but the caution will come out incredibly quickly. Joki Lessinen and Shrimp Angrit's going to get into it, going into the corner, and that's going to be a 4-car stack-up. Baskinger involved yet again, and that's Mike Wisnowski in car number 23. So Shrimp Angrit's is going to continue from that, but then he decides to get into the 66 of Sam Curtis and turn him into the wall. I think we're getting a report that he got the wrong guy. I think he thought that the double 6 was the triple 6. And the officials will not look kindly on that. As you see Lessinen come into frame. Both Lessinen and Curtis would go out of the race. Angrit's would stay on track for the time being, but I don't think the officials are going to like that maneuver that Angrit's made under caution, taking someone out of the race. See what happened here, just hard racing. 666 gets into the 78, and they both slide up the racetrack in front of some of the other drivers. Lessinen got the worst of it. But Angrit's with some damage, just having a bad year in that 78 machine. Flintstone leads him back to the restart, lap number 74, as we start to get into the later stages of this event. Will Hoyt right behind him, AJ Green in the Jolly Rogers machine in third place. Interesting top bunch here. None of these three have won a race yet. Scott Roush in the number 696 is going on a hard charger run. Started all the way near the back, and he's up to 10th place now. So this is a huge gain for him. Looking for that potential points bonus if he can stay up here. But we haven't heard much from Roush lately in race 1s. But ever since that penalty at Malaga, things have kind of gone south for this team. The wind has really been removed from his sails ever since then. But the Durex machine continuing on track. AJ Green's going to get by the 16 of Will Hoyt, but immediately get up into the outside wall. He's going to have to try and hold on to this one. Be careful as Vanevenhoven almost gets into the side of him. Fitzwater going to look to the inside as well, but Green's got that outside line. He might be able to ride that momentum out of the corner. Not much of a punishment on the outside line. Maybe you'll lose 1 or 2 spots. Shrimp Angert's in the number 78 car continued, but a little bit of karma befell the 78. He would end up going out of the race. Pulled it down pit road, citing a mechanical issue. They brought it back to the garage area, and the 78 would not return to the track after that. So Angert's out of the race. Fitzwater up into the wall again. Shortly after, and almost gets it around. Kyle Collins is going to make contact. Close call. Can they save it? Collins is going to save it. So will Harvey and Fitzwater. Great job keeping that from being much worse than it could have been, especially for Harvey, who's a championship guy. We had another close call here. John Gambit's going to get squirrely after Vanevenhoven gets into the wall, and he's going to hang on to it. Doesn't even lose a spot. Good job for John Gambit, who's having a good race today in that number 5 machine's been a bit of an unsung hero. Grayson Acevedo in the 45, who had been hanging in there for a long time, just inside and a little outside the top 10, ends up blowing the motor on lap 101, right near the end of the race. What a shame for Acevedo, who was hoping for a solid effort in that CNA Chrysler, but he would end up in the garage area at the end of this day, would not be able to finish. The Denali's are having a solid effort today. Both of them are in the top 5. Allie Nelson up to 5th place after serving a penalty from incident last week that was quite severe. But Nelson working her way up to 5th place, not a bad way to end the day if she could stay there. And just showing that the Denali's have speed here at LOR. Contact is made between Vanevenhoven and Kyle Collins, and they're going to both get into the wall. Collins is going to get the worst of it, though. He drops to 18, so his over-aggression is going to really cost him. And Vanevenhoven, who was having a solid top 5 effort, is going to end up dropping to about just outside the top 10. Antivia Kingray in the 03, Kentucky native. This is one of the closer tracks to his home state. But he's going to end up blowing a motor on lap 111 out of 114. Just an absolute heartbreaker for the 03, who are hoping for a solid effort inside the top 20. There's the 78 you see, they're still working on his car, trying to get him back into the race. Lap 113, Tristan Wilhoit, 2 laps to go, is going to try and make a pass to the outside line. He had been chasing Fred Flintstone this entire time, but Flintstone, a surprisingly good run on the inside line. Wilhoit is running out of chances to try and beat him as he tries to hang on and see if he can challenge the F1 to the race lead. But the F1's going to get a good run out of that corner as the white flag is in the air. Wilhoit trying his hardest, but the F1 of Flintstone is just going to pull away. Wilhoit used his last hurrah with 2 laps to go, but it's not going to work. Fred Flintstone, Granddad, is going to get his first victory in the HARC Pro Series here at LOR. He had been Mr. Hard Charger, the guy that just keeps coming up from the back and usually finishing anywhere from 3rd to 5th. Finally, he's going to get that victory that he so much wanted. He'll pull it down pit road. We'll update you on the top 10. Fred Flintstone won this race with Tristan Wilhoit a close 2nd place. AJ Green, a solid 3rd place run, followed by Caitlin Tsang and Allie Nelson. John Gambit's going to keep that 5 car in 6th place. Michael Harvey, another top 10 effort for him. Denzel Williams, we didn't talk about him much today, but he's going to finish 8th, followed by Zachary Fitzwater Sr., the pole setter, and Scott Roush, our hard charger, is going to round out the top 10.